there is leak, little leak from the back.
Inshallah, after the program, we'll make a special dua and we'll fix this. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما. We were talking about the Azwaj al-Mutahharat, the Ummahat al-Mu'mineen, the wives of the Prophet ﷺ, the mother of the believers. So tonight, inshallah, we'll go over a little bit about Juwayriyah ibn Harith ibn Darar, radiallahu anhum. She is the wife of the Prophet ﷺ, and she wasn't a Muslim, and she belonged to a tribe called Banu al-Mustalaq. There was an expedition that happened between the Muslims and the people of Banu al-Mustalaq, and also the Ghazwa is called Ghazwa Banu al-Mustalaq, or is also called the Ghazwa al-Muraysiyah. That happened in the 5th of the Hijrah of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ, with the Sahaba, they won the war, and they had a lot of wealth from the people, and also there were so many captives, the detainees of war, and of course they all became the slaves and of the Sahaba. One of the Sahabi got one, some got two, some got three, so there were so many. According to some of the historians, like Al-Tabari, he mentions that there were more than 1,000 of them that they became captives. In her story of her Islam and then marrying the Prophet ﷺ, and you would see it, inshallah, hopefully in the end we'll try to summarize some of the major highlights of their lives. But one thing you will see consistent with all the, with the exception of Khadija radiallahu anha, because she was the Prophet ﷺ's primary wife and the Prophet's partner that lived the most with the Prophet ﷺ. So that was the initiative of that marriage, was to start a family and have kids and so on and so forth. The way how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala planned. But you will see a particular motive, a particular highlight of each marriage of the Prophet ﷺ to each one of his wives. There was a very particular reason behind it. So we will see that this marriage, it highlights the kind of, making a change at that time where people will just enslave anyone that they thought is okay. Like you know the story of Salman al-Farisi radiallahu anhu, how he was a free man, Mus'ab bin Umayr, and many of the Sahaba that who were, sorry, not Mus'ab bin Umayr, there's another Sahabi who had a European French kind of look to him. That's the name comes out mentioned. So many of these people, they were not slaves. They were just, someone raided the caravan and they enslaved everyone. The story of Zayd, right? That was before even the Prophet ﷺ. That was an early age. But this was a legitimate war, and there were spoils of war, and there were many that were taken as captives. So Islam, when Islam came, it didn't demolish slavery, that it makes it impermissible, but it definitely de-escalated the way how things were, and demotivated the desire, and it was promoted that free slaves, free for many things, for many penalties. You will find fakku raqaba, right? One of the things that we just heard in Surah Balad. However, Juwayriyah radiallahu anha, she was the daughter of the leader of the tribe, Harith ibn Darar, who then later on becomes Muslim as well. She was also one of the captives, and later on she said to her master that, how about I pay you ransom and you free me? Is that okay? 19 uqiyah of gold. That will be your freedom. So she goes to the Prophet ﷺ and says that, I have, worked out my freedom. I need 19 uqiyah of gold. And can you help me with that? The Prophet ﷺ said that, sure. And he helped her and he gave her the money. She freed herself and the Prophet ﷺ married her. Once the Prophet ﷺ married her, according to one of the narrations from Al-Tabari, that on that particular day that marriage happened, more than 700 people were freed. And what they said? Now this whole tribe is related to Juwayriyah, our mother, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ. That's impossible to have these people as slaves. We're going to free all of them. So the wisdom of that was profound, that more than 700 people were able to go free. Like even her father, Harith, was on his way along his other family members, and he had brought things for ransom. And as he got there, it was already a done deal. She was already the Prophet ﷺ's wife. And the Prophet ﷺ, it's mentioned that when he came, he said, "You brought only this many things," he kind of looked in a sarcastic way. "And you left such and such behind, and you hid it behind a mountain." He wanted to hide, he wanted to show that you don't have a lot. So you only offer that much. And it was, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah told the Prophet that this is what happened. And he told him, like, wow, how did you know about that? And he accepted Islam right there. There was one thing that I want to leave with all of you. Something that the Prophet taught Juwayriyah. She was a very abid, zahid person. And her place of worship in her house was a famous place that she would always sit there and worship. And she had a habit. She would sit from tahajjud, fajr, all the way until duha. That's several hours. She would just stay there, remain there, pray, make ibadah, do adhkar, and do all kinds of recitation of the Quran and so on and so forth. So one time the Prophet ﷺ comes home and it's after duha, it's like 9, 10 o'clock or maybe earlier. And the Prophet ﷺ says that, what were you doing since this morning? And she said, I was doing all of these things. She counted and she had a whole list. And the Prophet ﷺ said that I said these 5 kalimat. This is a narration of Tirmidhi. Imam Tirmidhi rahimahullah mentions this one. Imam Bukhari mentions a different hadith, a different dua. The Prophet ﷺ said, I read this, these 5 words, whoever says this in the morning or in the evening, he gets the equivalent of all, and even better, and even more than what you have all done since this morning. And she said, can you tell me what was that? He said, Subhanallah adada ma khalaqa fi as-sama, Subhanallah adada ma khalaqa fi al-ard, Subhanallah adada ma bayna dhalik, Subhanallah adada ma huwa khaliq. And then Alhamdulillah. Again with the same 4 sentences. Alhamdulillah adada ma khalaqa fi as-sama, Alhamdulillah adada ma khalaqa fi al-ard, Alhamdulillah adada ma bayna dhalik, Alhamdulillah adada ma huwa khaliq. La ilaha illallah adada ma khalaqa fi as-sama, all the way to the end. Allahu Akbar, same with the 4 things. And La hawla wa la quwwata illa billahi al-azim. So, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah. You could change the order just to remember Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, and La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. And with each one you add عدد ما خلق في السماء, عدد ما خلق في الأرض, عدد ما بين ذلك, عدد ما هو خالق. Then the equivalent of the number of the things that Allah created in the sky, equivalent of the number of the things that Allah created in the earth, and the equivalent of whatever is in between, and equivalent to the number of all the things that Allah created. How many is that? Millions, trillions, God knows. So that's amazing, right? So it's a very interesting supplication of the Prophet ﷺ taught us. So we could add that to your wird. So in the morning, we would say that it takes almost a minute, 60 seconds. 60 seconds, inshallah. So there's one thing that we can take from Umm al-Mu'mineen Juwayriyah. She died in the 5th of Hijrah. she was married in the 5th of Hijrah and died in the 55th or the 56th Hijrah. Way later, Marwan, at that time, he was the Emir of Medina, and he did the Janaza. And of course, she's buried in al-Baqi' along with the other wives of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, radiyallahu ta'ala anha wa